Mike Gibson, Steve Juraschek, coming to you live from AHA 2025, and we're talking about the DASH diet and its potential to lower blood pressure. So, Stephen, talk to us a little bit about what you did and what you found.
Yeah, so the DASH diet we know has been very effective in lowering blood pressure among a diverse population of individuals in several trials. And there was greater blood pressure reduction among Black adults in the original DASH and DASH sodium studies. However, both of these trials were conducted in tightly controlled metabolic kitchen-like settings. And there really hadn't been examples of ways to take that dietary pattern and translate it into real world grocery environments. And so the purpose of the GoFresh trial was to examine a ordering strategy, a grocery ordering strategy that could focus on a distillate of DASH principles to select groceries, deliver them to people's homes at a proportion that was scalable to family size, with a goal of seeing if that could reduce blood pressure. And we focused on Black adults because one, they were had greater effects from the diet and dash sodium, but also there had been good evidence that potassium intake is lower among Black adults.
Hmm.
That could be a major driver of some of the disparities in hypertension seen throughout the country. And so that was a major focus is on Black families that lived in urban communities that did not have a lot of access to grocery stores. So traditionally called urban food deserts, now food priority regions. And so we recruited 180 families from these communities throughout Boston and delivered groceries to their home a weekly basis with the assistance of a dietitian and examined blood pressure before and after the intervention period.
And what did you find?
We found that the grocery interventions significantly reduced blood pressure among the group assigned to the groceries. The comparator group was a stipend of $500 every 4 weeks over a 12-week period. But the weekly grocery allocation significantly reduced systolic blood pressure by 3.4 millimeters of mercury. It also reduced diastolic blood pressure by about 2.4 millimeters of mercury. And there was a significant reduction in LDL cholesterol as well of 8 milligrams per deciliter. We also had done 24-hour ambulatory blood pressure monitoring with similar effects observed in systolic and diastolic blood pressure. And we collected 24-hour urines to examine compliance. And sure enough, there was a significant reduction in urine sodium as well. So very positive. The diets were very well received, and we think that this is quite exciting in terms of being able to replicate a number of the health benefits of DASH in a real world setting. People can go to the grocery stores that we used. We worked with Amazon Fresh, Whole Foods, and Instacart, which provided a lot of different local vendors that people could choose from. And we really emphasized four key principles to healthy eating. The first was to prepare meals at home using spices that don't involve salt. The second is that your grocery list should have a ratio of 2 to 1 for potassium to sodium. The third principle is that the calories that you're consuming, less than 7% would be from saturated fat. So really reduce the saturated fat. And the last item was to order groceries that modeled the DASH diet. So about a third of your groceries should be fruits and vegetables. About 20% would be whole grains. The lean, healthy forms of protein, so meats, fish, meat substitutes would be around 17%. And then nuts, beans, and legumes would be about 8% of your groceries, and low-fat dairy around 12%. We did not provide any sweets as part of the nutrition or the grocery plan, so that should be recognized as well. But with these four principles, I think the participants in our study really seemed to benefit. I think the findings are applicable to a diverse range of cultures. We had folks that were born in the United States, born in Africa, born in the Caribbean. So a range of different cultural groups with very different, distinct grocery lists that they ultimately ended up with. And yet, following these principles, we had very similar findings in the population in terms of cardiometabolic health.
So if I wanted my patient to do this, can they go on Amazon and tick off boxes to select things that are consistent with the DASH diet? I mean, how can we implement this, Steve?
Yeah, you highlight an excellent point. I think this what we looked at and examined is very amenable to technology solutions, and I think there's a need and an opportunity for tools that could take these principles and have them programmed in to help people achieve the goals that our dietitian was guiding people through. That would make the intervention a lot more cost effective and very scalable. I don't know of any product that quite does that yet. We've been talking with a number of folks locally about maybe developing something along these lines, but I think it's critically needed. And I think this is just the beginning, right? We focused on a group of people with elevated blood pressure and hypertension. There are many other health conditions. People are interested in diabetes, they're interested in heart failure, interested in chronic kidney disease. We think that establishing more evidence around grocery ordering principles is very amenable to virtual grocery stores and creating these types of tools that can allow people to have a tailored diet specific to their needs and that's concordant with their cultural heritage.
Great. Well, Stephen, congratulations. 3 millimeters is actually over the long haul and from a population health perspective, a lot. An 8 milligram reduction in LDL in a population, again, over cholesterol years at public health scale is a lot. So, great work. Thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you so much for the opportunity to share our work.
Thanks. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in from AHA 2025.